Okay, had my lunch and I'm ready to get back to work on Mom's PC upgrades. Gonna be putting that ASRock motherboard in her box with the AMD 8-core 8300 CPU and the Kingston 8GB memory, 2 4GB sticks. That's the max that motherboard will support. And I was thinking about the wiring. I looked at the ASRock, and it's labeled really good. I think maybe, and I saw at least a couple of labels on the wiring connectors for the case, in the case. So I think maybe I won't have to have a diagram, but I got to looking. Let me go ahead and switch over here to the desktop. And this is the original, what I originally bought. And let me go ahead and check my stream and everything. But I just thought that'd be kind of interesting. I was looking to see if I had the diagrams, saved to the computer. And actually I probably do, but it may be in my old computer that's not running. But this was when I bought it. I bought it from Tiger Direct. That was what I paid for it. And I remember, I guess all together with the video card and stuff that I added to it, I remember it was like $250 total. That was a real good deal on that machine at the time. And it turned out real good, and all of it still works. Well, no, except for the power supply. It went out. It had a 450 watt power supply. It went out. I had to buy new. That's why I have a 650 watt power supply. But and I never did get another stick of memory. It has a 2GB stick. It worked fine. I guess it wasn't actually running in the double DDR, double density RAM mode. Wasn't running in double mode. I'll just say that because I can't remember the right words. But it ran great. It's just that after. I started out with Fedora 13 and went to Fedora 14, and then it's been 14 all the way until now. I'm going to Fedora 27, but it runs it okay, but it's a little sluggish, I've put even Fedora 23 and stuff, or even 2021, slows down the dual core. So, but this is the details. I'm not going to sit here and I just want to get back to work, but I just thought it'd be interesting to show that. Sometimes these pages are good. See, I saved that web page, and sometimes they're good to save for the links and stuff, or just for the information, I mean, if you go back there now, it's just going to say no longer available and stuff. Usually they still have the links to the manufacturers and stuff, information. And what's this? That's the, I guess that's like the receipt. Or that's just another page. I don't know. I guess that's another web. Not sure. Oh, I guess I emailed it to myself. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so close the browser there. Don't need that. I'm doing a search for it. Then by finding that, I found it. I just did a search on my whole. Well, I was searching my documents on my backup drive for case, and I found that. And then PowerUp's the name of the brand of the case, and I thought, well, maybe that'll find something. But I didn't find it in documents, so I'm just searching the whole backup drive. But it's could be very, very kind of likely, actually. Well, I do have all of Mom's files, so it might be in one of her folders on here. But really, what I call the red black Biostar, I got actually the case had to get a replacement because it was had been like the side plexiglass was broke. Some of the connectors that held the front cover on were broke. It stays on fine, but anyway, they said, well, just keep that one. We'll send you another one, which they used to be real good back then, Tiger Direct. But anyway, so I built another machine. I put another machine in that box, and then when I got her replacement box, I built her machine in it. Oh, and her power button went out. I had to replace that. Luckily, I had a brand new one once I figured it out, but I went through heck figuring that out because it was an intermittent problem. It would work and not work. What it would do is stick on, and so it would just try to boot up and then shut down, try to boot up and then shut down. And I'm showing the desktop. Let's go to 2 and endoscope because that was the next thing I was going to do. So let me switch mics. Let me get a drink and stuff first. When I get turned around like that, I forget what's going on here. So I'll let that search run for a while. I don't know. You know what? I'm afraid it's going to use up too much resources while I'm making my video. So yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. I mean, I don't well, of course I closed it, and so I don't see what it was doing. But okay, now let me switch mics. Okay. Nice echo. Okay, no more echo, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna reload my preview. Actually, I may have never paused it. I know I didn't because I see it's not too far behind. I actually just completely went blank as to where I was when I went to do my switch. It just threw my mind off, and now I don't know what. Okay, so I'm just gonna get with it. But anyway, if I need a diagram, I'll have to find it. I'd have to boot up that other machine and everything because the boxes. I mean, the actual paper. Well, I could run. I didn't go look. Maybe I should have. I told myself I should, and then I didn't do it. I didn't want to go get in the dust in the garage and stuff. But what I was going to do, I was going to show this. This one's marked really easy to read. The reflection makes it where I have to. See, USBs are all marked. There's USB 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 3 USB headers on here that are available. I don't need, the box doesn't need near, I think I only use 2 of them. The panel, there's the speaker connector. That speaker will plug in there. And then the, if I can get this to move a little better. So then the, you have to get it just right so that you can read it. I saw them a while ago. I guess I probably had it let me put it on full screen for a minute, even though it's going to be such a bad video. Because that's the only way I can actually see it, and probably anyone else too, since I'm trying to show it. The reflections makes it really hard. Maybe if I get my hand in the right place. Okay, so you see it's labeled there. My problem now is orientation. I just can't get it. I cannot hit the right spot. There, besides the reflection. Oh, that's too close. There we go now. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, but the orientation just blows my mind. My mind just can't do it. There they are, and they're labeled. I can't read. I was going to read them off, but I can't do it. Then the fan, and then what is that one? LPT1. Well, I don't believe I have an LPT port to plug into there. A lot of them, well, they have a cable coming from the LPT port that you plug in there. That's the IDE. And then what do we got down here? Audio. Now I will do that. I don't remember that. That's the CD audio is what it is, and I don't think I need that because the newer drives, it all goes through the SATA cable. But that I believe I'll need. That's the front panel audio, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I'll, once I look at the cables again, I'll be able to figure it all out, I think. Hopefully without having to resort to reading the manual. But, I guess it's not playing. There we go. I'm checking my stream again, make sure that, since you know, every time I switch, I have a huge risk of screwing everything up. So let me get it reloaded and get things moved around too while it's, let's see, I put my box up here. And, live on? Okay, the light's off, so. Oh. There we go. Yeah, this, I think the motherboard will be supported correctly in this box. It wasn't in the other one, and I'm sure that's why it got warped. That's pretty weird. Not really good. I don't like that at all. Okay, now I've got my. Yeah, okay. I want my previews up to date and everything. All right, now, I think what I'm going to do is just leave this CPU cooler and everything on here, and take it off. You know, that'll, because I don't want it just flopping around on the table when I do it. I think I'd rather have it, you know, screwed down in the box, even though it's a little harder to get to. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Don't necessarily need that plugged in. It's, okay, well, I mean, I could set it on the table and take it off. But then, of course, I don't want my socket exposed to getting dust and dirt in it while I'm working. So I'm going to leave it on there, yeah. I think that's the best thing to do. Now I got to make sure I get this in there right. Let's see. I don't remember, does it punch in? Yeah, I believe they do punch in from the inside. So what you want to do is make sure you get that right. So, yes, okay. So it's going to, no, it punches in from the outside. Nope, wait. Yeah, it does punch in from the inside. Okay. It doesn't kind of make sense because then that makes all this stuff face the outside. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that does make sense. All these things are kind of raised up. See, there's little pieces of metal that are raised up the way it's stamped out, but it goes like that. So I've put them in there wrong before, so I'm going to do this. Okay. It's easy to put them in there wrong. And let's see. It's really sharp in there because that's a knockout that you have to knock out when, you know, when you get the box, and because it comes with one that's built into it, and it'll, if I remember right, or is it just a plain knockout like those? I'm not sure. Can't remember now, but anyway, you want to be careful. That's for sure. Get up. There's a groove in that, and a screwdriver that's not too sharp, but not too little, not too big, you can use it to knock it plumb out of there if you want. If you get it all just right, you can get it in there. If I lay it down, I may have to lay it down where you can't see it at all. I'll tell you what, let's just set it up to where gotta have to be able to work, but if I can set it up just right, I can turn on the endoscope where you can kind of see what I'm doing, and turn on the light would help me see a little bit better. Okay, let's see.
Didn't want to slide. Alright, now there's a view of sorts of what I'm going to do. I know it's blurry, but there we go. Ah, yeah, see if I get, I was trying to do it in too awkward of a position a while ago. You want the case to be kind of, you definitely want it to be straight and supported, you know, so that when you push on it, you don't have to push very hard once you get it lined up. But I've figured out that is the best way to get them in there, is put your screwdriver in that slot and just lightly push until the whole thing gets all in there. Keep working around it. And, oh, you're not pushing too lightly, but don't overdo it or you'll push it plumb through there and bend it all to heck. Bend it up real bad, you'd never get it straightened back out. And I can use the wooden handle side to kind of push on it again, because I guarantee you, you will cut yourself real nicely if you don't watch out. Keep pushing on it with your fingers. And you want to get it in there good, because the motherboard won't go in its spot to match its screws if you don't have it in there good. Because it's, you know, each one, it's got to go through those holes, all the little connectors. I think I'm about got it, except for maybe right there. Oops, I think I went too far. You can push it so hard that it'll, you know, try to push out the other side. There, I think it's all right. I may have bent it a little bit, just like I was talking about. Even the case, in that area there, the case is not super tough either, so. But that's it anyway. Okay. Now let's go back to, I accidentally switched to something else. I was trying to get up there and get on number 2. Okay, now. Actually, I think, well, no, let's go like this, I think. There we go. Get all these other, get all the cables out of the way. And, yep, get our motherboard. Now let's see how it's going to lay down in there. This, I may want to, well, with the, you know, with the power supply out, it'll be easy. That's one good thing about having the power supply out. I can get to this connector real good with, I'll just get it secured in here and then take things, take that off. But you want to, you got to line it up. It's actually not too hard most of the time. Let's see. If you've got that thing in there good in the right place, then it's not hard. If you don't, then it won't line up, and you'll be wondering why, or you'll be fighting it. Okay, now make sure I don't got any cables under it or anything. Okay, now I've got got my screws still laying up there. Oh, it's still going to be hanging in the breeze. Dadgummit. Well, at least not just that one corner. It's going to be hanging in the breeze again. There's no hole to, you know, to put a standoff in. Standoff, yeah, standoff, that's what they call those. I'm lining up the holes best I can to start with. Well, I mean, that's it. You know, I can see a lot of advantage in that support that's on that other one. Now I see why that one has one. That's funny because overall I don't like I don't like the BioStar company. I don't got a feeling they're not even in business anymore. But you definitely can't. I don't think can't find anything about. If you try to go back to their site, you know, to look up those boards there, you can't find anything. I don't remember if I tried to look at any newer ones, see if there were any newer ones or anything. I'm going to get them all started. Anyway, that was a good thing. That's I didn't realize my magnet had gotten too weak to work. This screwdriver, it used to be real nice. It could pick up case screws. Well, it'll hold those. Okay, so, but it's also got that washer on there. See if it'll, my hand, with both hands, maybe I can do it. There. So it will hold a little screw anyway. And I was thinking that this box had a place to screw that one corner down. No, it don't. You could, you know, drill you a hole and put a standoff in there, but see, these are reinforced where they intend for you to put standoffs, and this is really thin, so you wouldn't have a half a thread of connection. It'd strip out and it would just be wobbling everywhere. It wouldn't be doing any real good. And matter of fact, it might move around. If it moved around too much, it might pretty much short. You know, it could even maybe, if it got a screw in it, I guess it wouldn't short anything out, but it wouldn't be doing you any good. So I already went through figuring all that out a long time ago. Yeah, you got to do your torque pattern. What's the torque pattern on a motherboard? I think it's just whatever you want. As long, well, just go around it. Really don't just tighten one up. And go move around and so that it'll settle. You know, it won't be in a bind. Anything won't be in a bind. And of course, that's one thing about using a small screwdriver. You're not going to over tighten and break a strip of screw or anything with a small diameter screwdriver. It's long, but it's a small diameter. So that's why I'm having to give it some torque because I'd be, you know, if I used my big screwdriver, it'd be easier to tighten them down, but it'd also be easier to break the heads right off of the screws. That and these are pretty small head screws, so I don't know that it would fit in it too good. Open those back up. I got to make sure. Yeah, they're marked, I believe, which one is for DDR2 and which is for DDR3, but that I'll have to pay attention to. Okay, now I guess I'll get the processor in there next. I want to do that, you know, without any junk in the way. And I meant to go get me a small box to put this in, keep it clean and protected, but I forgot. Now the fan connector, I got a kind of a catch in my side from leaning over here doing this today. Ow! Not used to doing that, bending in that way. So yeah, that's the kind where you've got to spread that. Instead of squeezing the release, you gotta spread it out. Now, and this is also a different kind of. Oh, there. No, it's got a clip. Okay, I was thinking it was. Oh, that was an easy one. That's an easy one to get off. It's not a very big one. This is for that. I forgot the number, E45 something, dual core, Athlon dual core, I believe Athlon, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but, and then there's a little lockdown, you lift it up, get that old processor out of there, and there's a little gold star, a little gold triangle on the end. That tells you which way they go. And that's how you get them out. And if you've ever seen them, they got a lot of pins. And let me see, where am I going to put this? I'm going to stick it on here like that, because that'll hold it. And I'm going to set it up here on my nuts, my planter's nuts, my whole cashews. And then later, figure out where I'm going to put it. For a minute I thought, well, I'll put it, usually I put old parts in, or used parts in the new box when I have one, because it's the only thing I got handy that's made to hold it, you know, to protect it. But getting the CPU paste off my hands. Oh yeah, I'm going to need CPU paste. Let's get that out of there. Something fell in my screwdriver. Okay, now. Now, CPU paste. Let's see. I guess I'll go ahead and give you a look at that. You know, some people have seen this stuff a jillion times and some people haven't seen it ever, so might as well show some of it. And here's what I was talking about. That's the bottom side, the pin side of a processor. And there you can see on that side too, that's where that golden star is. If I flip it over, it's stuck pretty good, so I'm not going to try to get it off there now. But the other side, of course, you can't read the numbers or anything because it's covered in CPU paste, and I'm going to leave it like that because hopefully I'll find a place to put it where it'll be all kept clean, you know. Now the socket, that's the socket. Yeah, I've got light on. Okay, so and it's marked. See that little white triangle? That tells you which way to put that golden triangle. And so you that, and be, you know, you just got to be careful when you put them down. Let me look. I'm going to look on the preview there. Make sure there's not anything that looks wrong in there. Everything looks pretty good. I was seeing that stuff I can't see. Now there's a place where there's no pins, and I was seeing that, and I thought, that's not dirt or dust or something, is it? It's not. So, still really hard for me to get. There we go. We'll square it up in there. I'm just twisting that cable. There we go. So that's what it looks like. And oops. I'll turn that light off on that endoscope. It gets really hot. And okay, now let me, let me put it right back up there, because I just realized I want to look at those wires, but I want to show. I thought I'd go ahead and show them too. Let's see. So okay, now here's some of the wiring. Yeah, HD audio, and I remember, luckily, that I wasn't using both of them. There's a show it up on the big camera. There's a jumper for AC97 audio. Oh, okay, that's the old original digital audio format. Well, with the SATA, you don't need that anymore. That is just USB, and then maybe only one. And then these are the ones that I was concerned of whether I was going to be able to figure them out. Power switch, that'll be easy. Hopefully, about getting it the right polarity anyway, might be the thing. This one here, they're all separated, but they are marked. HDLD and reset switch. Power LED plus, power LED negative. Okay, there we go. So, I may want to use that to help. Oh, I hadn't put the processor in yet. Dunk, dunk. Okay, I'm just going to leave that endoscope like it is. And maybe pull it over this wrong way. I guess I had it in a good spot and now I made it move. It is so crazy. The way you think, the way it looks to me that I should move it to make it work better is not the good way. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. Let's get our new processor. And our I'll put the memory right there. Put this box back down on the floor. Oh, the cooler. Yes, I have a new cooler for it. Okay, so now this, yeah, the new cooler. Well, it's been used, so it's got some CPU paste on it. But I'll put a little more on there most likely. There's the little manual that comes with it, with the CPU. And it comes, I've showed it the other day, and you know, up close-ups and everything. It comes with a CPU cooler, but it's not anywhere near as big. Just look at that one, the box. I mean, let's see how big it is. Yeah. So here's the other one that I bought. And there's the one that came with it. And the fan and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to use the one I bought. That's going to cool it a lot more. Assuming that the fan lasts and everything doesn't go out. Well, I got a backup fan. That little one. It's little, but it's probably... I would imagine this is probably a good quality fan, since they're shipping it with their, you know, CPU. And this would be adequate, I'm sure. But since I have such a big one that I had already bought, thinking that other CPU cooler was bad, I may as well use it. So, with this one, it's going to... and this, since I'm keeping, you know, that's why I'm not going to put that CPU in this box, because I mean, I could still, because this, I mean, I could put it in here. I probably will put it in this. Maybe I'll stick it in that box. I don't know. I want to make sure I remember what's what, you know, for one thing. Usually, if I do that, I mark on the box, but I don't want to do that since that's got a brand new part in it. I only do that with used. Now I thought that was a sticker. Oh, it is. It's in this side. Okay, so here's my CPU, and let's get down here under this. There it is. Now, the little white, if you can hold still long enough, there's a little white corner, and there's the little, can't even hardly see it, can you? Can't really see. Make sure I'm getting the right corner, if I can get that to hold still. Okay, that's just a little dot, okay. That one doesn't have nothing. That one doesn't have anything. That one has the triangle on it. So it's going to go over there to the white triangle. Like that. I was going to show the numbers if I could. Is that light on? No, the light's not on. The reflection is so bad in this place, in this room here. I'm trying to get it. I can't even get it under the darn right where I can see it. The number. What is wrong with there? And of course, as soon as I get it lined up, then there you go. Now you can see them, sort of. I can't really read them, but there they are. Okay, now I got to make sure I got my orientation right when I put this in here. Of course, you don't want any CPU paste or anything in there, and that's been closed up. Well, you know what? I started to blow on it, but if I blow on it, if there's any dust around the outside, it'll land right in there, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, there we go. I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna get me a, since it's really awkward looking all back to over my right shoulder, I'm going to use my magnifying glass to make sure I'm lining this up. Because that's the other thing. Okay, it fell right into place. Yeah. See, it's not a tight fit or anything. This is what makes it stay in there. And yeah, when you put this down, okay, it didn't move it. Some of them, when you put the lever down, at least I thought that they used to move a little bit, and I thought they'd moved a little bit to make sure that it made contact. But that one didn't move; it just clipped it down. Okay. So yeah, if you've never put in a CPU before, that's all there is to it. But you can mess up. One time, you know, I've done them a lot, and I tried to do it without any visual aids, and I couldn't see it good, and I just thought, oh well, you know, you can feel it, and yeah, and you know, usually they do. You get them in the right spot, and they just drop down in there. Well, I got one in a little crooked, and then I tried to latch it down and bent about 10 or 20 pins, and it took me a long time to straighten them out. And you always run the risk of breaking them trying to straighten them out. It was hard, so be careful with those. All right, so now let me get my CPU cooler. Put my I might put my stickers on the, there's just one of them. There's two. I'll have one for the AMD and one for the memory. I might put them on the box. I don't know. Well, I don't know. This is Mom's, not mine. She probably wouldn't even notice it. I don't know. It might look tacky. But, papers. Where am I going to put these papers? I got papers that I really, you know, I used to leave them in the box a lot, and then, you know, the boxes get all shuffled around, and you never, you know, sometimes I have important papers lost in a box. So, see, this one has a plastic thing that you can clip the heatsink onto. Now, that's what I might do, is put that, well, I'll put the processor in that protective case, but see, this one already has some leftover, quite a bit of leftover paste. But I'm going to, I'll probably smear it back towards the middle. It's been squished out. What I'm going to do, let's see if it looks, make sure it looks like it's going to fit right. I'm sure it will. But let's make sure. Okay, where's the power? Yeah, the cable's over there for the power. So it's got to go, I guess, like this. Yeah. This is just a clip-on one. It doesn't have a lockdown handle. But I put it on that other one. It was real tight. So yeah, that's nice and big, and yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let's go ahead and put some CPU paste on there. Glad I got this big tube now. have to overdo it, but this is an 8-core, and there is, you know, concerns about whether or not it will cool. You know, the VRMs will overheat, so I'm going to put enough on there. I think that's plenty, because that stuff squeezes out. I mean, most of it is probably too much. Most of it will just squeeze out of there. Well, now this is not my, well, I thought, you know, that just clips on the, those clips, but they're pretty tight. It squeezed it out pretty good. You could see that on that. This is gray instead of white, but I won't put that down there. I'll probably get it in it. But yeah, I'm going to just shove that over towards the center. It'll get shoved back out. Yeah, this has just been a week or two. Well, maybe since I put this on here, maybe 2 weeks. So it's not. Well, this stuff doesn't dry out, and it's, you know, I mean, it had air to it, but it was not dirt. You wasn't allowed to get dirty. You definitely don't want to get no gritty stuff, anything in there, you know. It's not that it needs to be clean and sterile. You just don't want anything to cause it to not seat good and cool good. What it does is make the let's see, could go that way. You know what, that might even be better. I don't know. Let's see. Well, that sends it off towards the memory, and then I got to bend it back that way. Actually, that might be good, because if I go this way, then I think that's the way to do it. Okay, now I think it's on there. Let's see. That's the one I can't see very good. We can't see it very good with the light. Turn on the light on this. I need to get it at the right angle so I can see that clip. Show me the clip. Yeah, there we go. Is it on there? Oops, it wasn't on there all the way. Okay, now it is. Let's see. So I just barely tugged on it and it came off, but now it won't do that. Okay. Yeah, and this side I can see it, the other side. So there it is. There it is, nice big cooler. And again, I will show you the size comparison to the other cooler. Bigger the heat sink, the more, you know, it can dissipate the heat naturally, you know, even if it didn't have a fan. So that's a good thing to have a big heat sink. Now this one, probably see better in the other camera instead of the close-up camera, but it's just so much. This one has some cooler, they just like dotted it with and it's sticky, but it's not, you know, like all thick, and it's not as liquid as what I have just put on there, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to put that all back in its box again. And, oh yeah, the other CPU. Now that other cooler, of course, is not, well, I have this, okay, this other cooler I'll put in that box for sure. But I'm going to take that CPU off there. And I'm going to just leave it like that. I mean, I could wipe it off. Oh, I closed that. Dang it. see if I can get it open with one hand. Nope. I threw away my paper towel. I thought I was done getting my fingers dirty. Yeah, this is where I'm going to put this. And, you know what? I guess I should wipe it off. Only thing its purpose that stuff is going to serve now is to, oops, be careful. I'm going to lay this flat on the desk over here. You probably won't be able to see, but that's all right. I'm just going to wipe it off. Lay it flat and then rub it across it. Like you do with sandpaper on a, if you know about doing that. All right. I'm not sure which way it should be going. I guess it goes, I guess there's only one way it goes in there. I mean, you know, which side goes up. There we go. Now, that'll keep that protected because I don't have a motherboard to put this in. No, the motherboard it came out of is bad. It was in this motherboard. Okay. Now that sticker, I'll just leave it there for now. I might put it on this box. Okay, but I'm going to put it in here. Now, if my memory goes bad, I'll be in trouble because I'll think I have a 8-core CPU, and I won't. I think I'll be able to remember that. If I pay attention, I can look in there and see that I don't have one. That book needs to be on the other side, I guess. I thought it was good to have that book there to where I had it to keep that fan in place, but yeah, there we go. Oh, that's not the way it was before, because those marks weren't like that. It was clear and I could read it, but it fit good, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay, now this cooler here and fan, the one that goes with that dual core, should just clip right on here. Well, that might not. I'm not going to try to clip it because that's just plastic, and if I try to lock it down, it would just, that'll go here, and that'll be a good place to keep it from getting dirty. And yeah, if you got to save these boxes to make sure you can collect on the warranty, you might as well put them to good use. Now I'm going to put this stuff in my little, I've got a box full of parts over here. Put this stuff in there. Okay, now the case fan that I took out of that case I don't need. Now I'll put my memory in here in a little bit. I'll wait till I get all the wiring done. Okay. Trying to think where I can put that memory. I don't want it anywhere where it can get damaged. Put away my CPU paste. Okay, cool. And let's see. No, I'm still probably going to use this again. I'm going to use it to help me see. Oh, good. All the dogs are going to bark in the neighborhood now. Let me check my stream. I tried to make sure that I didn't need any break, but I may have to take a break. I'll get a drink here. Some of the papers that were with that fan, I guess a barcode thing, or not a barcode, whatever you call those things, not a barcode, but that other thing that you can scan and it goes to a website. Anyway, I thought that those. They want to know if I like live streaming on YouTube. Well, I'm busy right now, live streaming on YouTube. Anyway, I thought that. Okay, I'm still working. Okay. It's a good looking fan too. I think it looks cool. And that it's got a rubber mount for the fan, so help cut down on vibration. Yeah, let's see if we can hook that up. I don't want to forget and get that power supply in there and not be able to do it. And I'm gonna see if, I'm not sure, yeah, I think I better use my needle nose. If I use my needle nose and this one, well, this heat sink's so big, it's closer than that other one was. But I can see how, you know, the basics of how it's supposed to go. So I think with this and my needle nose, I should be able to do it. Okay, if I can get the thing aimed at it. There. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. It's there. It's actually sometimes harder to do something with a tool than it is with your hands, because with your hands you can feel the haptic feedback as to whether or not it's going like it should, going in the right place. But yeah, that's it. That is it, right there. And it did clip, and it is holding it. Okay, so that's how that goes. Now, you don't want that wire in the way of anything. Put it down. You don't want it getting hot on the heat sink. You don't want it, let's see. Yeah, that should be all right. You don't want it getting hot on the heat sink. You don't want it getting in the other fan. You don't want it in the way of the power supply when you go to put it in. So that should be pretty good. Now, I'm debating, should I turn this? Yes, I'm going to turn this whole box around so that I can read the letters on the motherboard, you know, as I start hooking things up. Trying to figure out which way is which here. That'll be about right, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to be about right. And then I know that thing is swinging in the breeze, but I'm going to move it around a lot, so let's see if this will work. Get my magnifying glass too. Probably going to take both to do this. I debated about moving this around in front of my monitor so I could seriously use it, the endoscope, to line things up. But I can do, you know, I can do it better when it's all straight. Mirrored is one thing, but right over your right shoulder and mirrored and upside down and every other which way, I just get all lost. Let's see, I've got too much light on. A little bit of light helps, doesn't it? Or does it? Oh, that makes, I can read the words that way. Okay, so we got, what happened? It all went small. Maybe it is too much. There. If I could get it right set up, it would help, wouldn't it? That cable does its own twisting, turning thing. get up here and twist it. I have it laying in on my rack up there. Let's see if that'll help. I don't know if that's gonna be better or worse. Okay, now. Well, it's sideways, but it's in a sideways way that I guess I could read it. We'll see. Yeah, USB. Okay, well there's the USB. I'll make sure I don't lose any cables and not get them hooked up. Okay, USB now. Okay, so yeah, there's one blank, no hole, and there's a missing pin. So it's pretty easy to get right once you get your orientation. Now I'm going to go with the lowest numbers up. And I think, if I remember right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's not another 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are on the back of the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those would be the ones on the back. So this goes to the front panel. That's right there. Where's the missing? Yeah, there's the one that doesn't have a pin. There's the one that doesn't have a pin. Okay. Trying to get them orientated right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I can. I have to look at it to plug it in. I can't do it over there in the. Yeah, if I'd have turned this other way, I could have been easier to use the endoscope to do the work, but it's also pretty cramped up over there like that, so I didn't think it was a good idea, but that went on pretty easy. There's actually no wiring going to the last 2 pins. One of them is just to help to locate it, I guess, in the right place. And the paper tag, well, that's a good place for it. Keep it there so you can see it, find it easier and use it. Now this one is that audio, I believe. Yeah, HD audio. That's out here. I'm gonna have to get a little more cable. And HD audio. Where's the missing pin on it? Sometimes the light's too bright. It's actually in a weird place. It's not on the corner. It's the second one over from the right. Well, right to me anyway. Okay, so where's this? It's like that. That other cable for the fan is getting in my way. I don't know if I got it lined up or not. Okay, now, go it all the way down? Yeah, I believe so. Now, I believe I remember this one hanging in the bridge. Oh yeah, this is AC97. I don't need that. That's the original digital audio format. And we have SATA on this, so we don't need that. Okay. Now here's our fan. That's not fan, is it? That's the AC normal. That's the old style, the original style AC97 plug. Yeah, I guess if you were going to use AC97, you would use this one instead of the other one. I think that's what the deal is. And then what's that other one? Looks like a 3-pin fan header to me. Power fan. Yeah, that's what it is. That's a 3-pin fan header. What's this? Okay, so it could go there. I've been putting it over that way. What would be the difference? Fan 1, CHA. And that just says power, PWR fan. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I believe I'll put it on there. But first I want to get these other ones that are more harder to get lined up and everything. Let's get this back up. It's too far. Okay, now, what do we got here? Speaker, yes. Where is that speaker? It's up there. I'll get that in a minute. Now let's get it now. Looks like maybe if I get, well, for one thing, if I get it plugged in, it's just a little speaker. Usually they at least mount them on the case somewhere. They don't just give them to you hanging on a wire like that. But it's 4 pins. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a red and a. Isn't one of them marked? So there's 4 pins, but there's only 2 that are being used. I don't see a positive and a negative. It may not matter on this, but let's see. Are these other ones positive on the left? That doesn't mean that it's the same over there. With the speaker, it's more about polarity than positive and negative, really. Like if you have 2 speakers, as long as they're both the same, you're good, you know, like in stereo. So I think it would work either way. I don't think there's anything to keep you from putting it on either way. That's what I'm thinking. I do not see. I am using that preview because I can read the letters and everything. Let's see if my magnifying glass would help me any. I can see it okay that way. Sometimes I can't see it that good. But all those other ones, okay, oh, power LED, HD LED, and then power button, reset, okay. And the speaker, do not see anything. I know I'm not showing you what I'm looking at. Now am I? Yeah. The speaker, I don't see anything. I see a D13 and a D9. Now that would probably tell me, well, that's actually talking about those components there, I think. Yeah, it is. Next to it, those black, whatever they are. So, and let me look at this again. Every time I get this thing set to a certain area, then see, he won't. Well, let's see. There we go. Maybe that'll work. See, yeah, there's no markings on it. Let me get it out here in the breeze and look at it here. See, there's only two connectors being used, even though there's 4 pins over there. So I guess that board could do more than that, more than just this. But I guess I could do stereo, I don't know. But I'm gonna do it like this. I don't think it's gonna matter. So I'm gonna do it like that because the wire's already bent to go out away from the rest of everything. And if it doesn't work right, if it doesn't beep right, or if anything else works like it beeps and won't start up, remind me to swap that speaker. I don't think it would do that to it, but you never know for sure. Okay, now we got the Didn't hook up the fan yet. I'll do that after I do these other ones because they're the ones that are kind of tricky to get to. And then the other fan stuff is under here. Okay, now. So what we got here? That's on a separate wire. And that is the, I can't get close enough. That is the power switch. That's very important to get right. Okay, now. I had that to where I could read it. Now it's all. Let me turn that light down a little bit. There, maybe that I can see. I think that helped. I think it made it worse. I wonder if I turn it off if it would work. Get a bad reflection no matter what you do. I think I'm too close again. The light kind of makes those white letters shine, but too much light, you know, washes them out. Now, here we go. It's upside down. That's even worse. Once I get the cable going one way, it doesn't want to stay that way. Now, there we go, that's the right setup. It probably won't stay, but okay. Hard drive, power button, okay. So the top ones go to the top row and the bottom go to the bottom row. I know that. Power button. Okay, 1, 2. Power's on the left. Okay, I mean positive's on the left. Where's my cable? Uh-oh. Oh, I think they're marked. Or are they? Power. I don't think they are marked. But white is most likely the ground, so. And there's no pin on the end, so you got to go up to there. And blue on the left. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do that. And I've actually forgotten what it said. Oh, power button, yeah. Power button, okay. So then the next one will be, up there will be power LED, okay. Reset and hard drive LED. Where's the power LED wire? Is it up in there somewhere? Oh, there they are. There's two of them, okay. Separate. Yes. Okay. Get the word side up. Okay. Power LED plus, power LED negative. Okay. Oops. Which one's plus? That's negative. The other one's plus. Which is, okay, green is plus, white is negative. Now that's P LED, power LED. Okay, plus on the left, right? Yep. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to try and do it. They're staying next to each other really nicely, so I'm able to plug them in together, I think. Yep. Oh, and I actually got those in a way, and you can read them from, you know, if you were to look over there. Yeah, plus on the left, negative on the right. Okay. The other ones are just the opposite. Once you get everything plugged in, you won't be able to read that one, but that's all right. That one is... But I do believe that since plus is on the left, the blue one should be on the left. Reset. That's the reset switch. It may not matter on that one. Okay, now this one is HD LED. Okay, and that'll be which one? Come on now. Yes, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Reset, okay, and then HD LED. And I've got HD LED in my hand, so I think I'll do that one. Red is going to be the, I'm going to say that red is the, okay. Yeah, I hope that didn't make it to where I can't. No, I can do it. Okay, and then can't read it. Reset, okay. Reset. Okay, now, let's see if we can get it on there. Okay. Reset. There we go. That should be right. The only thing that I'm not 100%, that I don't think it matters. I don't think it, but you know, if I end up needing to twist that speaker one around, that's not a big deal. So these can just stay like that. I mean, I don't want them in the way of the SATAs, but there's 4 on this one, like I was saying before. And I'm looking down in there with the endoscope to make sure. Well, actually, I'm kind of using the light. But yeah, I don't see any more loose wires other than that one, which goes to the door, right? Oh, that goes to a regular SATA. That goes to a regular Molex connector to supply light, power to the front lights. Yeah, there's nothing else up in there that's not hooked up with that. Okay. And yeah, we already have a DVD in here. Okay, yeah. Now the fan. Let's get that fan. And that's the fan that I'm going to hook up. Yeah, this is the one that always wants to come loose on me. Because this is the one that goes to the door fan and to this one. So I'm going to hook it up. I'm trying to think which is the best way to twist it. Let's see. I don't want to twist the wire towards the other fan, so I'll do it like that. Did I get it right? I think so. Yep. And see, then you always have to hook that up to the door before you put the door on. So that can just be like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That should be it. And that I'll hook up once I get the power supply in there. I don't have it in there yet. Oh, I left my light on my thing. It's always nice to do. Let the batteries run down. get this up high enough where I can set it over there on the bed. And let me see, what am I going to be doing next? I think I'm going to go to the full view. Get that out of the way. That was helpful. Again, I don't know. I might have been way better off if I'd shoved that table on around over in front of my monitor. And then I could have. I've done it before, and it's awkward, tight in there, but it also gives me a much more ergonomic view of the screen, and I can use it better, you know, to help me. I muggled through. That puts me in such a hurt. My whole left side of my body is hurting and aching now from staying in that weird position for so long. Leaning over the computer and looking over my, you know, to the left, and then looking over my shoulder to the right to look at that monitor. But yeah, that is the absolute hardest on this box with those cables. I believe it's the hardest. I don't know if it's the hardest one I've ever messed with, but and when I first got it, it was small. Now it's microscopic. So that's the big problem with that kind of stuff. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to put the video card in there, and then I will put the SATAs, and then I'll put the power supply in there. Or maybe I'll do the SATAs after the power supply. Yeah, I think I will, because they'll just get hung and everything. So here's the, and then the new fan hasn't come in yet. New fans, but only, of course, we'll use one on here. But this is that same 512 megabyte, the one that made all the noise that I like to never figured out. Cut my fingers on the fan trying to. I tried to just without thinking. Tried to stop it with my fingers like I've done with other small fans like that, and it cut my fingers. But I couldn't even see it. I was doing it, you know, like I can see it this way. Well, it was turned the other way. Now let's see if this will go in there without. This one don't have a clip, so you know what? It may not be. Yeah, it's the right one. Well, that's good. I was going to say, is that even the right slot to put it in? But it is. It's just, this one don't have one of those clips like the older motherboard had. Gosh, I think I need the light for, there we go. I say, do I need the light from the endoscope to do that? But, yeah, we got it. Okay, now this one has a screw. It screws in like normal. This box. Of course, it's the same box I just took it out of a few hours ago, but different motherboard. So there's that same screw that I had. Whoops. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, this box actually is very hard. It's not made in such a way that, see, you can't even get a big screwdriver on a screw on there, hardly at all. I don't know if you can tell how much it's leaning, but most of them, you can get a straight shot at those screws. You can't. This box. This is a ratchet screwdriver. I really like it. Or you can lock it. But that, it tends to get a lot of stress from the cables and stuff, so I want it tight. You gotta watch out if you, sometimes it'll move them to where, like this one has a DVI, VGA, and HDMI. So it'll move so far that the HDMI won't hook up. You gotta kind of look and make sure. Okay, so fans are hooked up, plugged in. Now I'm gonna spin it around and get that power supply. Put it back in there, right? I believe so. Okay. Now there's the snake power supply. See the snake wires? Looks like snakes to me. Okay, so this is a neat power supply. It's got everything. It's not a modular, but it looks like one. I don't know. I've never had a modular. I would think it would just be a good way for things to disconnect on you when you didn't know it, you know, having everything plug it in here. I mean, the nice thing about it is you could only plug in the ones you need. Let's see, I think it goes just like that. Yes, it can only go one way. Most of them don't have the fan on the bottom like that, so you can put them in more than one way, but this one, you can't. So that's all right. Light after it. Looks to me like I guess you got to give it a little pressure to get it lined up. Okay, I gotta find those. Let's see which. Okay, yeah, there's 4. There they are. There's the 4 screws. All right. Looks like I'm gonna have a little more of a challenge than usual with a power supply getting this thing started. So I think I'm gonna have to take this big screwdriver and line these things up. The thing is, it's too dark for me here. Can't see it. Well, I do have lights. Let's try them. They usually just blind me, but I think that might help. I have 2 lights I can turn on. The screws don't seem to be lining up at all, though. It only goes one way. I think maybe I just don't have it up high enough. Yeah, that's what it was. It doesn't, most power supplies, they just set right in there, and the tabs, you know, hold them in the right place. Yeah. Okay, I can get one started and then go from there. Well, I'll pick it up in a minute. Usually I always put them on the end of a magnetic screwdriver, but I've got my left hand holding it. Let's see if I can get it on this one. I don't know if it'll hold it long enough. I don't think it'll hold it at all. Of course, they have magnets in them, but they are not strong enough on this one. There, maybe that'll do it. If I can get that one started. I hope it's still lined up. I can't see to tell. Well, I might as well pick them up now. I can't believe that's that hard. I can't hold it any longer. It's hurting my fingers. That's the only one that seemed like it wanted to line up. Maybe I'm trying the wrong one for the first one. I think I was. Let's get one of these other ones lined up. If I can. Ow! Let me see. I don't remember this being a pain like this, but I guess it always was. See if I can prop it up with a screwdriver. Because that's what it is it's just dropping too low. If I can get it propped up, then to where I don't have to hold its weight with my fingers like I was doing. Here's a crazy idea. Of course, you won't be able to see it, but I don't care now. Yeah, when you're trying to show and tell, sometimes it makes things harder. Maybe this won't help. We'll see. I don't know that it's going to help. Still needs to be raised up. That didn't help. It actually made it worse. What a pain. It's actually got more room than it needs, and so it doesn't want to line up. Now that one's awfully close to being lined up. Other problem is that tab on this side is being pushed out a little bit by this giant fan. Do I have a, yes I do. Where is it? I have a very pointy thingy that I can use to locate those holes. Where is it? There it is. It's actually not a scribe, it's a... There we go. Yeah, if I can use it to... I think that might do it. I don't know if that's located enough for me to get a screw started or not. I'll just have to try and see. If I can get one on here. What a pain. Oh, that one went off the deep end over there. Crap. Okay. Let's try that one. This is the hardest power supply I've ever had to put in. Can't believe it. There. Okay, I got one started. I'm gonna get it all the way up and then back it off some. Now let's try this one down here. If I can get that other one started, then I'll... That one, there we go. Oops, it's still not lined up all that good. That'll be all right though. Okay, now that one down there is a slot, not a, you know, not a hole. So what I'm gonna do is just pry on the, okay, that went right in there. Okay, now the slot should go in. Hopefully. Now let's leave them loose. Now that other screw is way down there somewhere. It doesn't matter on these power supplies. I got lots of screws. It should be just a pretty general. Yeah, that looks like these. I like to at least have the heads matching, yeah. So that should be good enough. If I can get this one going, then actually, you don't want to go in there. Okay, I think I can get a hold of that power connector and move it around maybe. Yeah, just a little bit. That's all I needed. Okay. Now, yeah, that's actually, well, it used to be a test light. There's foil in there right now. It used to have like a, it was kind of like a fuse looking thing, but it was, it would light up. And I ought to fix it. I put foil in there because so that I could just use it as a probe. Could hook a wire on it. You unscrew that and I'd wrap a wire around that. I got another one now that works. But I got to thinking, you know, that's a pretty cool thing to have. I ought to. It's a 12-volt test light. I ought to fix it. I finally figured out you can buy those things. I had that. I bought it. I had that since the 70s, and when it burned out finally, I didn't know where to get. before the days of the internet, it was hard to find things. Believe it or not, kids. You know, like if you live in a town that had a lot of supply houses and you knew where they were and what they supplied, then you might find things. But other than that, mail order. There was mail order for a lot of stuff, but all I really knew about was car parts and stuff anyway, mail order wise. I didn't know a lot. There was mail order for electronics. That's how everybody used to do it. I know that now. I didn't know back then. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised, but I just didn't know. If you weren't in the groove, then you didn't know where to get the books, what the names of them was, or anything, you know. Okay, let me check my stream now that I've fidgeted around that long. Man, I can't believe it. There's power supply. It was about as hard to put on there as those little tiny. Wasn't as harder than those though. That was hard. Those little old things, little old connectors. At least it was all labeled good, so I could tell what was what.
Wasn't harder than that.
That drink anyway. I think maybe my light will be helpful. If I look up towards it, it blinds me, but, or do I need it? Let me see. I don't think I need it. Yeah, I can see maybe even better. You know, more light causes more reflection when you got shiny stuff. But where's my 4? Okay, now there's my 4-pin. And yeah, I guess I will. I started to not get the can't figure out where to put stuff into scope, but it's right there. It's kind of nice to show what you're doing. I guess. I mean, if I get the wheeling around where it drives your eyes crazy, it might not be nice, but that's where I'm going for that 4-pin. Yeah, down in there. This one is, I think I can do it with my hand. It's long, and these cables are more supple. There we go. You can route them the way you want to easier than with than your normal cables. You know, your normal cables that come with most. And I guess it'll just go like that. There'll be enough room to plug things and unplug things. And there's the main connector. I guess I'll do it next. Guess I'll leave it like it is right there. I'm going to hold that up when I plug that in. I don't want to do any damage to that motherboard. I wish it... There. I didn't feel or hear it click, but it's clicked. Okay, now that's get that up and out of there so I'll remember to hook it up as I go here. Okay, now what do we got? There's another SATA, double SATA. There's those are all put together. Oh, because I just did that to get them out of the way when I had it in that other machine. Okay, and then there's an SATA with a floppy connector. See, this power supply would support a floppy drive, but some of them don't have that these days. Okay, now there's another 6-pin connector, but I won't be needing that. I'm not sure which way to put this stuff. I guess I'll put them all off to that side until I... There's a 3 SATA. You know, some of your SATAs are going to need to go down that way. Which ones, I'm not sure yet. And there's a 6-pin, another one. See, like you could have... I guess you could have 2 video cards. I think that's what those are for, is the video cards that need the extra connectors. Because all the motherboard ones are right here on this. See, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. That's an 8. And there's a 4 and an 8. Well, I guess maybe one of these would be if your motherboard had 6, and the other one would be for your video card. This video card doesn't need that. Another SATA. That's the same one. Okay, there's 2 SATAs. So, yeah, you're gonna need. Okay, so one of them I'll put up here. This one, I'll put it down here on the. I didn't show the close-up. I'm not gonna be able to really very well show it. Well, I guess I could. It's just that these are kind of awkward to plug in as it is. But let's see what we can do here. I don't know, maybe it'll help me. Let's see. Yeah, I believe I'll put this one here. If it'll help me, has it got a light on? No. Okay, if it'll help me, I'll just use it. Okay, there we go. Okay, now where's the L on that thing? Okay, the bottom one would be the one for the cable. L on the bottom. Okay, I think that'll work. There you go. Thumb got in the way. You know what, I don't think the L's on the top. I think it's got me disoriented. Where's my light? Yep, the L's on the top to me. So, doesn't go the way I thought it did. Actually, I think I better hook this one up next. Which one should I do? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay. That's the tricky thing about the get too much cable or not enough. It never works. Okay. Where's the L on that thing? Right there. Okay, L. And where's the? I believe the L is actually on the top. Yeah, I believe so. Boy, that is stiff. Did I get it? Not sure if I did or not. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, I got the right. I'm trying to do it right. It just feels like it don't want to go on there, and I don't want to force it and break something. You know what? I think I should probably use the last one anyway, give it a little more length. Okay, that looks like the L. And then there. There. Okay. This one, where's the L? Right there. There. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that worked out good. Okay, now when I start getting my SATA cables, I'll do. Oh yeah, I got this one up here to do. I guess I'll do it now. Well, I got that all hooked up. Now, do I want to use? I think I want to do it like that. I'm not sure. No, I think I'll do it like that. So I'm going to shove all the extra cable and use the very end one. This is for the DVD drive. Okay, there's the L. Okay, now where's the L add-on here? Man, I can't tell. There we go. Too close, that's what it is. Okay, it's up at the top. Okay. So put the L to the top. Yeah, L. Can't seem to get it right. Oops, my whole thing fell over. Endoscope, my tripod for my endoscope. Because I keep twisting it, trying to get it in the right place. L. That don't work. There. Got that. Okay. Yeah, now I'll put that all up in there. That cable up in there like that. Okay, now. What's the other thing? Okay. Those. Okay, so I'm going to say that's a good one to put there. So, thought I might be able to. Wasn't worth the trouble, I don't think. Okay, so yeah, these, you got to watch this one. This particular one, they want to get out of whack. Turn it one way and they'll go kind of straighter. They're really loose in there. So you got to watch it because they'll go so far that it won't plug up. And make sure you get it right. Let's see. What's going on here? Oh, okay. There's two round. I was thinking there was only one rounded corner. See, it doesn't want to go because they're not lined up. So maybe if I hold it that way, they'll line up. Come on, line up. I'm holding the wires in a certain way now and seeing if I can. I think I got it. Most of these cables are pretty tight, which is good because that means they'll stay, but these are coming from this power supply, much these connectors, usually they're loose and wobbly and worry about, you know, sometimes they don't make good connections, but I mean, they'll come loose on you sometimes, what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to put all that up under there. Leave that like that. What's that? Yeah, that's the rest of that. Okay. Most of these can just kind of, they'll stay out of the way by just doing that. Okay, now. Trying to get that to stay somehow where I can show the memory when I put it in. At least some of it. I moved it around so much that it's not tight in my little. I'm using the twisty thing, the twisty things off of a coffee sack. Okay, well there's part of the memory anyway. I just can't get it any better than that. Okay, now where's my brand new memory? Well, before I do the memory, let's put these SATAs on there. These two are about the same length, but the yellow one has a clip on it and the other one doesn't. Oh, this red one here has a clip, but it's, oh well, that doesn't matter if it's short. Yeah, I think I'll use this other one because those clips are nice. So, yeah, this other one's short. That'll be good to go to. I don't have a long distance to go to the hard drive. That longer one, never know. I might next time I might need a long one because this long one I'll go up to the DVD drive. Now that I got that all set for the memory, almost, sort of, kind of. Let's see. That's where I'm going to go, but what I'm wondering is which one's which number I would like to use. So, number 1, 2, etc. SATA 3. Four. Oh, and there's the other ones right there. I don't know if I can read it on the screen or not. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, okay. 1, 2. So, yeah, 1, 2. Let's see. Well, you know, I think I'll go 1 here. Well, let's see how those are. There's an L. Okay, there's my L. Oh, okay. I think I'm getting it wrong. You can kind of tell by the shape better than you can by trying to. There we go. I just thought I remembered which way I was holding the L, but I didn't. Okay, so that's on there. Now, this might be helpful here. I think I'm going to put it up under there to kind of keep it from flopping over towards the fan. And there's the L on that one. Tripod is not, won't stay because of me moving this around so much. Okay, the L, okay. Where's the L on that? Can you really tell? Oh, there it is. Okay, L on the bottom. There we go. Got it. That might have been how I had it before anyway, like that. I think I'll pull the extra cable towards the top because I don't really want it resting on that hard drive. Those things get hot. Okay, now that was one, now that's two. Oh, now this one's got a right angle on it. I had used that. I guess that's the one that came out of the... It is just right for that. But it can also be fine for the hard drive. Let's see if it'll go on the hard drive. Okay, let's see. If it's going to be a problem, then... Oh, I forgot that... Okay, there's the L. Yeah, I think it'll go like that just fine. Hanging down towards the bottom of the case should be good. Yeah. I do like the ones that clip. That's pretty good. Let's see. The clip. I think the clip is going to go L there, L there. Let's see. I think it's going to go like that. Yeah. So. It's kind of a weird twist, but that's fine. I'm kind of don't like cables to. I like them to go straight and not twist, but it's actually not in a bind or anything. It's just kind of the natural way it went to get to where it needed to go. Now, if I can get my little endoscope back the way I had it a while ago, or something similar. That's the memory area right there. And then the extra cables, I'll put that twisty on them when I get done here. Oh, I still have one more. I need to use this. There's that modem. Kind of flopping around everywhere. That I don't want in here. Mom wouldn't have any use for a modem. Okay, now instead of doing the endoscope all around again, I'm just going to try to plug this up. L, okay, here we go. This is temporary. Couldn't tell that it was in there. This is Mom's old hard drive. And the light from the endoscope could help. Actually, there we go. Ah, good. Okay. Yeah, Mom's old hard drive, and we don't want those cables anywhere near the fans or anything, that's for sure. I'm going to put that up between those hard drives. So I don't want that going near that video fan. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Now we got our Fury memory. Okay. I had a Plymouth Fury, 1969 Plymouth Fury once. It was my grandparents. And they, you know, I think they gave it to me. It was in cherry condition. They bought it when it was only a couple of years old and kept good care of it. Had it for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. And then my mama did the driving. My papa didn't hardly ever drive. And then when she got to where she didn't, you know, couldn't really drive safe anymore, she gave it to us. I was married then. And I gave it to my wife to drive. Okay, Let's see. Oh yeah, gotta make sure we got the right. Somewhere on here it tells you. I believe it's the blue ones for DDR3 though. Oh, you know what? They're not going to go in the wrong one. It's got dummy pins in it. But I think it's the blue ones, so we'll try the blue ones. Yep. It's only going to go one way. They made so much of a big deal about don't put them in the wrong slots. I thought maybe you could. But you can't. Okay. Yeah, in there. Should have been holding onto the corner of that motherboard, but I didn't think about it. Okay, now. Yeah, the dummy pins won't let you, so that's good. Now. Let's get off this double view. We'll be able to see it a lot better. The whole thing. I should have just done the memory like that anyway. Of course I want to boot it up, but I may really need to take a break before I try to do that. I'm thinking about putting this, won't do me any good. Alright now, modem. Trying to figure out where to put things. Yeah, I'll put it up there. Oh, let's put this up here. Okay, now I've got these cables that I'm not going to use, and I think I'm going to definitely want to get that tied up, you know, this thing here. I don't want it flopping in the breeze. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll tie it like that and then stick it in the rest in that bay where there's nothing in there. And that should be easy access if needed, but not in the way. There. Now, everything is hooked up, and hopefully, yeah, I'm going to leave it like this, plug it up and see if it boots up. Okay, but you know, I want to be able to get to everything in case I didn't get some of that wiring down there right. You know, and I have to redo it, any of it. Guess I'll leave the door fan off until, you know, until I get to that point to putting the door on it. Yeah, okay. Have to get a power cable. I've got a power cable down on the floor, but I'll have to get it. It was kind of rolled up. I'll have to get down there and get it. I think I'm going to have a break, so I think this is a good time to make a cliffhanger. So if you want to see it boot, you'll have to come back for the next video, which I'm just going to take a break and then start another stream. I think I'll reboot everything, though, and make sure everything's working, you know. Make sure the cache on the router's not full and everything else ain't full on the phones and all that. I can see the whole thing in my preview pretty good. That's at least the video's pretty clear. Everything looks okay. Oh, back's sore. So. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I've been needing a little break for a while now anyway. Let me
So, yes, I will go ahead and try to boot it today. In a little while, if anybody's watching right now, probably take a 20-30 minutes, 30 or so to get, you know, get a little break and reboot everything, and then I'll hook up the power and the VGA cable. That's just sitting there ready, so let's see what it does. All right, that's what I'll do. All right, I'll be back in a little bit.